focus of our discussion are mostly the challenges students encounter in academic communication. The central objective of academic communication is to facilitate the transfer of insights, discoveries, and intellectual contributions, thereby contributing to the advancement of knowledge within specific academic disciplines. What is communication for academic purposes? Communication for academic purposes is when a person, whether they are a student, a member of the academe, or any personnel related to the field of education or researches whose aim is to share, inform, or present ideas and results of research. One is communicating for academic purposes. So, allow my group members to elucidate the common communication problems according to various studies.
To delve further into this topic, the issue of multilingualism in academic communications need to be addressed. The effects of multilingualism has been highlighted by the literature are multifaceted. As has been observed by many researchers, this variety of language background will pose a considerable challenge. The fact that the academics is frequently encountering language fragmentation is defining future of multilingual presence. They need to communicate the environments where intense language contact in common occurrence.
For example, code switching, a phenomenon observed in both homes and academic settings, refers to the practice of using one language in a particular context and then switching to another outside of that context. Multilingualism not only fosters cross-group communication but also develops cross-linguistic communication strategies. It equips individuals with the ability to traverse linguistic boundaries and crucially enhance their competence in various communicative abilities.
For example, the practice of using several languages in one place and then changing to another within the context is called code shifting, which occurs both inside and outside a home or university setting. Multilingualism does not only promote communication between groups, but also develops strategies for communication between languages. It teaches people the ability to move between languages and in doing so, increases their competence with a wide range.
To put it simply, multilingualism constitutes a complicated phenomenon that has significant influence on the education process and calls for careful understanding in order to navigate this mutative language landscape efficiently.
Solution to this problem can be done passively or actively by implementing multilingual practices in the process of learning. If the teacher supports multilingualism in the practice, this will lead to positive effects on the academic performances of their students.
We now turn our attention to the next challenge. Communication comprehension is a problem we must address. Communication comprehension, in the word of Microscape and Ricewood in 1977, are fear and anxiety that individuals experience when they speak publicly. The literature highlights the announce of free feelings. Houseit in 1995 pointed out that these apprehension are particularly prevalent when individuals use a threat of language. In a public, it occurred to me that this pressure is not confined to the language learner, but also extends into other contexts.
According to the findings in the communication apprehension, a series of workshops can help reduce communication apprehension by teaching strategies, helps manage communication apprehension, and help better serve current student population.
It is imperative that we explore this aspect in greater depth as we transition from self to perceived communication competence. As Makarowski and Richmond, 1990, remind us, a person's understanding of communication skill may have an important influence on his willingness to communicate.
Pang and Arnold 2011 observes that one's self-esteem is highly enhanced when experiences using target language to communicate successful could enhance self-esteem of learners. Thus, considerable attention is needed to facilitate effective learning by enhancing students' willingness to communicate.